Welcome everybody here to Rebels for the ARCA Rebel Series. Tonight is the championship race in the Rebels ARCA Series, and it's brought to you by Warren's Driving Training. I think it's also Warren's Racing Etiquette, all kinds of things. But boy, tonight we're going to crown a champion here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Charlotte Motor Speedway, basically one of the homes, so one of the two homes of NASCAR. Charlotte, sort of a home base, but also, Daytona. So one of the two home bases, and tonight we're gonna crown a champion here, and we are already done with qualifying. So we're gonna go ahead and get the grid up on the screen, and we'll talk about it, and we'll see what everybody's about to do as I fumble around and get all this stuff fixed up. Running behind, just had another championship race, so trying to get everything rolling here as Michael Nash is going to be your Peg Leg Pole Award winner. So congratulations to Michael Nash with 30.589. Jonathan Cofield, a championship runner. He is starting outside front row. Andy Kurtz starting third. Kyle Martinson starting in fourth place. Matt Clemens starting fifth. Josh Oswald starting sixth. Jason Warren, another Final Four driver, starting seventh. Starting eighth, Michael Kostick. Starting ninth, Alan Renecki. Both of those drivers, 8th and 9th, Mike and Alan, both playoff Final Four drivers. Mickey Isaac starting 10th, 11th, Dave Jones, 12th, Tyler Rice. Starting 13th, Brandon Pollock. Starting 14th, Daniel Pope. Michael Morrison, 15th. Brandon Wallace, 16th. Isaac Willison, 17th. 18th, Steve McDonald. Chuck Phelps starting 19th. Charles Stevens, 20th. And that rounds out the field tonight as we go ahead and check out the grid. Michael Nash getting ready to go. I'll tell you what, let's do a little bit of talking about our playoff drivers, starting with your championship four. Starting up first right now on the top of the standings, Jonathan Cofield with 5 wins. Average start 5th, average finish 6th, but those 5 wins moved him on. Jason Warren with 2 wins, average finish of 10th, but able to win and get himself in the Final Four. He's fighting tonight. Michael Kostick with that 1 win, but you see the average finish of 5th place, super consistent in that number 3 car. And then Alan Renecki in the 72 with that 1 win, average finish of 5th. All 4 of these drivers are dangerous, and they're going to show that tonight as they fight it out for a championship. And boy, it is going to be a fun one. The cars are getting rolled off now, and we're going to see what's going to happen is, we've got all kinds of storylines to talk about. We've got, of course, your playoff drivers. They're going to get an EOL. Interesting way of doing things here tonight is they got to qualify for their spot, but you see right here, this is Al Renecki going to the back. You'll see Jonathan Cofield, Jason Warren, Mike Kostick. All 4 of those drivers will be at the back. So not only will they have to race each other for a championship, but they are going to have to race through the field to win this thing. So I tell you what, whoever comes out on top is going to be deserved. They're going to have to really book it, as you don't want to be any one of the 3 drivers and see one of them be able to slice and dice through traffic. So a whole different type of deal here tonight. So be watching out for them. I've got the green names up there on the top, but for some reason there's some playoff drivers that were still there. I should have fixed that. But I'm not sure why it didn't change. But like I said, we'll talk enough about them. But we're going green here in the Rebels ARCA Series, and we got 125 laps to settle this thing. Who is going to win? Is somebody going to win tonight that's in the Final Four, or is it going to be one of these drivers up front? Kyle Martinson, Michael Nash, Josh Oswald, Andy Kurtz, all those drivers very, very capable of winning tonight. But so far, so good as they drive down into turn 1 and 2. You're going to be able to see that top line work. For now, it's not going to work forever. Here at Charlotte, you got to get down on the bottom and run right where that blue and white line is. You do not want to get up off of that as the run moves on. At first, you see the 17 able to make it work on the outside, and that's Josh Oswald up top, and that Richard Petty 17 sort of replica Velocity Motorsports. He's up on the high side, really making it work. Michael Nash starting to fall back just a little bit in that Valvoline car as Kyle Martinson really tries to take control. But, man, Little slide job there to cut off that run from Josh Oswald. Oswald going to look down to the inside, and they are racing here on lap 2, not giving an inch. See Kyle Martinson really kind of shut the door there on that run to the 17. He was pretty much there, kind of cut him a break. So would expect to see that early on. But 20 drivers here tonight, some of the best. I tell you, I've talked about this ARCA series, and I'm amped up tonight. We're gonna kind of calm down as we get towards the middle of this race, then we'll amp it up towards the end. But, man, this ARCA series has been a blast. And you'll see tonight there's some of the best drivers in all of Rebels race here in the ARCA series. Kyle Martinson, just an amazing short track racer. Big cars, I think he says himself, big cars, he's not 100% too confident in, but you see, confident enough to be up here leading this pack, so he's definitely got plenty of skill. But 17 going to drive by on the outside, and man, he is making that top side work, making it look good as he goes by on the outside as we go on board with Josh Oswald right here. And it shows he's a playoff driver, but not in the Final Four, but he was a playoff driver, so that is honestly, it's accurate. So, but Josh Oswald takes the lead, gonna take the lead on lap 5 of 125. So, trying to set sail here, get himself a win. What better way to night to get a win than on the last race of the season? So far, looking good. Let's go ahead and check back here on some of these battles. Michael Nash been under fire for some guys here in a while. The first part of this race, Mickey Eyes, you see him all over the back bumper. As there is all kinds of battling. You see on the outside, got that Jeff Gordon car that Andy Kurtz is driving, and Mickey Isaac looking to the inside. A run from the 27 on the outside doing work, but he's going to get kind of cut off from this 07. The 07 is going to be sort of the car that's going to pick, decide what lane people are going to ride in, but it looks like Kyle's starting to fall back just a little bit. May have gotten those tires a little bit too hot. We'll talk about this a little bit for those who don't know. Tires, really, really important, obviously, but nothing is more important than heat. You do not want to heat those tires up too early and too often. It's okay to do it once or twice, but once that happens, the tire, you just can't cool it off. I mean, you're driving on asphalt, so if you heat a right rear up or heat a right front up, you're not going to be able to cool it off. There's no, ain't nobody be out on the track spraying water on your tire. You're going to have to just deal with it. So it takes quite a few laps for it to kind of settle if you do, so you just don't ever want to get in that situation. And so Kyle Martinson looked like he got the tires a little bit hot, but it started to cool those off and maybe build a gap, try to run down the 17 car. Mickey Isaac, man, he is on the move. You can definitely tell he is fast as he is making this thing work. Let's go on board with him. And we'll see as he is working that steering wheel as he gets a nice run off the corner. Going to look down to the inside. Let's see if Nash is going to give him that. He does a little bit, so Mickey Isaac going to have that entry into one. You see right there on that, it almost looks like he's on the apron, but you got to get down low as possible to get that going. And you see the top line, how good it is, but it looks like Mickey is going to be able to, you got to stay with it. That top line is going to be able to get the runs down the straightaway, but you stay with this bottom line, it's going to help save the tires. The top side will burn them up. But so far, so good, man. Like, this is some incredible racing, side by side, 2x2, all the way back. And you look right here on the outside in that Napa machine, that number, it says number 16, but it's 21 of Michael Morrison. And, man, he is on the move. He's up 10 spots from where he started. You think he's fighting for a championship as hard as he's been driving. But, man, he has got Andy Kurtz all over the back bumper, Daniel Pope down on the inside, and then Matt Clement right behind him, peeking down to the inside, trying to make there's really nowhere to go for Matt. Just 2x2 all in front of him. Just nowhere to go. Man, I don't know what to look at. There's battles all over. We'll check in on the highest running playoff driver, and that's Jonathan Cofield in that 58 machine. Looking down to the inside of Tyler Rice. These drivers had to start in the back, but they are fighting for the championship right now. If the race ended Jonathan Cofield in that 58, he would be your champion. So, but you see that number 3, Jack Daniels, and that 45 Velocity Motorsports machine right behind him. They're not going to let him get away. They're going to stay right in his tire tracks, save a little bit of tire, and work on that. But we're up front. We got a battle for the lead as Mickey Isaac. Man, look at this. The 01 machine is hooked up, and he is rolling down on the inside. He is making it work. Going to have to fight one more time as the 17 is going to get the run off of the corner. But, boy, they are getting racy. Man, I love to see this. Last race of the season, Final Four. A lot of these guys not fighting for a championship, but that don't mean a hill of beans as they are all fighting for this race win. And, man, it means a lot to win in this series. And if you can get that win, I mean, that's bragging rights that you can take to the next season. It's always good to win the last race. Win the last race, nobody can be the latest race winner until the next season starts. So, Mickey Isaac all over the back bumper, just kind of hunting him a little bit. Kyle Martinson not letting him get away, though. So, man, I don't know. It seems like a big pendulum, just a back and forth, a rubber band effect in a way. The draft, not a huge deal here. It can help a little bit at the end of the straightaways, but just minor. It just seems like everybody's just so close with these fixed setups. And you see right there, Mickey just not able to make that work. Actually gets a little bit tight off the corner, has to get off the gas, and Kyle Martinson is going to get right to his back bumper. As they battle down into turn 1, Mickey Isaac going to not grab a gear, but he's going to slam the throttle and get the run off the corner. And he's going to set his sights back on the leader as we have crossed over into lap 15 of 125. Got a long way to go in this race, so time to settle in. Man, look at this battle, man. Michael Morrison racing his guts out. I mean, it's just a big line of cars here. Everybody's staying clean. We've green flag after 16 laps, and these guys have been side by side. Michael Morrison going to get way out of the groove there. That's not good. Going to have to check up a little bit. That's going to allow Daniel Pope in that blue and red. I can't read what that says. Some sort of hot dogs. You know, I'm fat, so when I see hot dogs, I can see that from a mile away. And you see celebrities hot dogs. I don't care whose hot dogs it is. I'd like to try them. Daniel Pope on the move, too. He's up 9 spots, so he's sort of mirroring Michael Morrison in his drive to the front. As, man, here comes Mickey Isaac again, looking down to the inside of that 17. This battle is continuing as Mickey Isaac, he wants to lead this race. Got a little tight last time, so he had to lift. Let's see if he has been able to adjust for that. And just got to be patient. You know, it's going to be tough. Man, look at all these cars. They're about to get eat up. As Kyle Martinson gets a huge run to get to the outside of the 01. That's actually going to hurt Mickey a little bit more as, man, Kyle Martinson coming alive here at the end of this run. And no surprise to see the 5 of Andy Kurtz doing the same. You know, with 125 laps, that's a lot more than normal. As you see Andy Kurtz, man, he is getting with it up on the outside. Mickey Isaac actually in trouble a little bit as that high line seems to be really, really strong when you're side by side. So Mickey trying to make a pass to the lead, and now is might end up being in the 5th position. Is Daniel Pope going to go to the outside here? Oh boy, Kyle Martinson couldn't decide where he wanted to go, and Andy Kurtz filled that hole, and he is there. My goodness, this is incredible. And I just want to shout out, if anybody's in chat talking to me, I just want to let you know that I cannot see chat. So if you're saying something to me and I don't respond, that's why. We had to change a little bit of the stuff, and we lost the chat function, but we'll get that back down the road. But, man, we got a battle for the lead, as Kyle Martinson making me look like a dummy. And saving his tires, get back up there and battling for this lead as Isaac Wilson looks like he has gone off track, but able to get that back going. Let's go back and see what happened to Isaac. We'll go back to this battle. Probably not a good time to do a replay, but you can see 93 sideways, hanging on to it. Able to get that thing back on track and back rolling. Let's go back up front, though. As, man, A 6-car battle for the lead. This is incredible. Side by side here. Josh Oswald trying to hold off as much as he can. That top side just showing the strength. I think the bottom is better when you're by yourself, but when you get in a race side by side, that top side just so hard to deal with, as you have to give up so much speed in the middle of the corner on the bottom that the high side can really keep it wound up. And you see the 16 able to use that to his advantage. It's such a weird thing. Second place, sort of at a disadvantage, as you see Pope gonna decide to go down to the bottom, and if he's not careful, if he's not able to complete the pass, then Kyle Martinson on the high side will be able to fill that gap behind him. You see the 16 tried to maybe get a slide job in there, but not able to do it. And you see exactly what I'm talking about. Kyle Martinson going to fill that gap, so the 16 probably going to fall back here as the top side just too strong. But, man, these guys are putting on a show as right now your highest running playoff driver right here is Jason Warren. Done the best job so far getting up through the pack. You see the 58 right behind him, just 2 cars back. But there's your championship front runner right now, Jason Warren. Let's go back up front, though, as we don't want to miss this battle. These guys are going to join it eventually. But, man, it looks like a blast. Let's go on board with Mickey Isaac one more time. Let's see what it looks like from his point of view. You hear him sort of pedaling that throttle. Able to get on it, so it seems like the car is driving pretty good as he's going to get to the outside here of Andy Kurtz, and he is looking at that 07. You hear him get back on the throttle as soon as he can, really lean in on that right rear. Had to lift just a little bit, felt like it was a little bit too tight. The problem with these oval cars and the way they're set up in a way that they're designed to turn left on a bank surface, and so they're designed to, when you get on the gas, it wants to rotate that car. But it almost like digs into the pavement with the way that these things are set up. So if you get on the gas, it's going to turn, but if you didn't do it just right and it starts to push and get real tight off the corner, you'll hit that wall and there's nothing you can do about it. You can't lift off the gas. You can get on the brake, but that car is set off the corner. So you got to be careful that you don't get on the gas too soon. Well, guys, I hate to just show this battle up here, but, man, this is an insane battle as it's been going on for so long. And like I said, 7 cars now as Jason Warren has now made his way up to the back of this pack. You know, if I'm Jason Warren, I'm a little bit nervous. I don't want to push the issue too much. Everybody going to be respectful of playoff drivers, but when you're side by side, you know, you can't really get out of the way. It's a one wrong move here, and the 45 is in trouble. So it's one of those. It's a game that you have to play, I think. If you're Jason Warren, you can't just hang back and just sit here and ride. You got to go. But if you're able to get through these cars and get out front, and the other playoff driver's not able to do that, that could be a big advantage for him. So it's a definitely risk versus reward here for the 45. He's putting a lot of pressure on the 5. You can definitely see the difference in tire saving as they started in the back, had no real issue. There's no reason to drive as hard as possible. And you can see the tires really, they look pretty dang good on that 45. So he's able to make moves that other guys I haven't seen them be able to do right here. But, man, battle for the lead still going. As Kyle Martinson now looking to the inside. You see Daniel Pope not want to give up that outside. He's going to run right behind Josh Oswald. Maybe try to sneak up to the outside if Josh. But Josh doing a great job. I mean, I think he's starting to fall off just a little bit. Tire's starting to wear out, but he's defending the top side so well that guys are just not able to pass him. And you see it's kind of bunching everybody up, but I mean, if I'm the 17, I'm going to run to top, and you're going to have to pass me. Oh, and they go around Andy Kurtz and Kyle Martinson. Oh, and Brandon Pollock going to run in there. First caution of the night here on lap 30 of 125 as we saw it happen right in front of our eyes and knew it was going to happen before too long. And it looks like Kyle Martinson and Andy Kurtz get together. Let's see if we can go back and see what happened. Maybe on a Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind is, I don't know why we're looking at, and you see it's already kind of happened. We'll back it up a little bit, and we'll go back just a tad. We'll go to a different view. You see Andy Kurtz trying to get out on the outside, just the struggle of being on the bottom and trying to get his nose in there, knowing that if he can get to the top side, he can make that pass. The bottom just not working. We'll go back just a little bit, get a whole idea as the 5 gets a nice run. Seems like Kyle Martinson really drove it in there, going to try to fill that gap. The 5 already there. And a little bit of net code. I hate to see that, because that's definitely net code there, as they were close, but there was still a little bit of room there. But just a tough deal there. Those drivers really. Oh, and Mickey Isaac actually went around too. There's a lot that went on there, but you see Mickey Isaac getting involved. So a lot going on there, good Lord. But they're all coming down pit road now. I definitely want to get those tires. Do not want to really make that mistake and not come on down pit road. So pit road wide open. Ain't nobody going to stay out on track. Not after 32 laps. Still got a long way to go. Let's see how many tire sets we do have, just so I can tell you. So 4 sets. So 1 on the car that they started with, and you have 3 extra in the pit. So this is 1 of those 3. So they still have 2 sets left for the rest of this race, but 125 laps. Still a long way, and we've only run 30. We've got about 90 laps to go. You know, if a caution comes out in the next 30 laps, you may have to make a decision on whether or not you want to pit or not. Because I can tell you from experience that new tires is going to mean it's going to make a big difference. So if you find yourself on new tires, everybody else on old tires at the end of the race, you're going to be scooting. Josh Oswald does win the battle off of pit road. Daniel Pope comes out second. Jason Warren, a masterful job moving his way up through the field, finds himself in the 3rd position and in control of this championship. Jonathan Cofield right behind him, and will kind of catch up with everybody else. Mike Kostick, he is back in the 6th position, and Al Renecki just a few spots back from him in 9th. So Allen, one of those guys that you may think, well, he was struggling to get through the field. Now he's a really smart driver. He will be there at the end. I can almost guarantee you. Alan Renecki, very, very smart, takes care of his stuff, able to take his time. I've never seen anybody take the time as much as he does, and it pay off almost every time. So expect to see the 72 Liquid Death Chevy Impala up front for too long. Already worked himself in the top 15 or top 10, excuse me. But after 33 laps, a well-needed break for me. Good grief. Just a lot of action here on track. A lot to keep up with, man, as you got some guys really making their way up to the front. You had a gaggle of 8 cars up there battling for the lead. You can't ask for anything better in the Final 4 race here in the ARCA series. We're going to get ready to get this thing back green. Cautions breed cautions. Will they be able to fan out and get a green flag run here, or is this going to be something that kind of sets the tone for the rest of the race? We're going to find out here as Josh Oswald brings them down the front stretch. Going to go green here, and green flag is out as Oswald going to get a really, really good launch there on the start. Takes a commanding lead with Daniel Pope following right in his tire tracks. Cofield and Mickey Isaac right behind him. Man, They are all over the place here. You see the David Jones, number 10, White Castle car back there. Oh, it's Tyler Rice going to go around on the back straightaway. It gets turned. And he is going to hit the inside wall really, really hard. And yellow flag back out. Cautions, breed cautions as Tyler Rice goes around. Let's see if we can find out what happened there as we'll watch Tyler here in the 6th. That Velocity 6 seat, Dave Jones gets a little bit loose there. He's sort of all over the place on those cold tires. And, and Steve McDonald just trying to, Dave Jones is just trying to get that car back up under him. And Steve McDonald just decides to go 3 wide, clips that left rear, a little bit of net code. But Tyler Rice goes for a ride there. He's going to have some damage. Probably going to go in and get that fast repair for sure under this caution. We talked about that cautions, breed cautions, especially with how racy this track is. You see the 6 still got a little bit of that damage. Don't know if he's had a chance to come down pit road. We'll see. Should be coming down now. If he hadn't already used that fast repair, he will definitely most likely want to get down and get that done. You see Brandon Wallace leading the charge, come down pit road. So Brandon Wallace is going to be the first to come down pit road. He's going to get tires, just fuel. We'll see as he stops here, and we'll see what he does. And looked like a really quick pit stop there for Brandon Wallace. Only 5 seconds. So coming in, topping off on fuel, playing the long game. We're trying to have the best fuel mileage. Might be a pretty decent strategy as this race moves on. Don't really know what the the fuel run is, but every little bit can help. We only ran a few laps, so I can't imagine it's going to be a huge deal, but may just want to get out of the mess, get towards the back, and try to keep that 99 machine clean. Tyler Rice still sitting on pit road. I don't know why he might have used that fast repair, but he may be just trying to save it. Maybe it's not that much damage, so go ahead and just let it fix it. Get that thing as good as it can be and go out there and try to save that fast repair for a much bigger issue. Fast repairs in iRacing, they can repair motors. I mean, any kind of problem that you have, as long as you can get to that pit stop, pit stall on pit road, you can get that fast repair and get a brand new car for pretty much. So you hit the wall and your engine start letting go and you start smoking, you can actually make it down pit road and get a brand new engine. So it's important to save those. If you just got a little bit of body damage in the car, the steering wheel still tape still in the right spot, it may be worth just trying to hang on and save that for later. Lights are out on the pace car, getting ready to go back green on lap 38 of 125. We take the green flag. So still a long way to go, just under 90 laps. That's a long time. See Isaac Wilson in that Logitech car trying to catch up to the fields. We get ready to go back green. Comes back down pit road another time. He's been on pit road about 3 times, so I'll tell you what, these Velocity Motorsports drivers have come to race top 3 all Velocity, and you got Jonathan Cofield, Bandit Motorsports on the outside in that white and black 58 machine. But we get ready to go back green. You can definitely see a countdown a little bit there as all 3 Velocity cars get a very, very good jump. So teammates work together. You love to see that. As if you're Jason Warren, you're like, hey, y'all get out of my dang way so I can get up here, and then you go back there and race Cofield. Jason Warren looking down to the inside, thought about making it 3 wide there as Daniel Pope and Oswald side by side. Oswald been really good, doing a really good job of defending the top side, but he gives it up to Daniel Pope, and Pope making that top side work early on. Pope very, very comfortable. Oh, the 17 going to push up just a tad bit in the middle. That's going to open the door for the 45 as he goes down to the inside. Going to get a nice run down the back straightaway. You see Michael Kostick going down to the inside of Michael Nash there in the back, or a few spots back. And so move Jason Warren up into the second spot. One of your Final Four drivers has made his way up to the front. Now he's going to set his eyes on that number 16 machine. Pretty good position to be in if you're a playoff driver. You don't have to win this race. You just have to finish ahead of the other playoff drivers. Just a reminder, you playoff drivers. I've got a few drivers in green. Not all of those are playoff drivers. I fixed it. Don't know why it messed up. But anyway, you play out your Final Four: Jason Warren, Jonathan Cofield, Michael Kostick, and Alan Wernicke. As Michael Morrison dropping back through the field, must have got into the wall a little bit. And you see, yeah, that right side all scraped up. Made a little bit of contact with the wall, but he is back going. We stay green as we go back up front. Daniel Pope starting to pull away just a tad bit, but you see the mess behind him. As I've never seen a more competitive ARCA race than what we got here tonight. It's been competitive, extremely competitive all season long, but tonight's been just unreal. And you see Mickey Eyes. Oh, Jason Warren gets a little bit loose. He's going to get up out of the groove. 3 wide here is Jonathan Cofield going to take that spot. And now Mickey Isaac going down to the inside, 3 wide. So Josh Oswald was like, oh, get me the hell out of here, as he goes backwards a little bit as Jason Warren gets that thing back rolling. And we got a battle for the lead as Jonathan Cofield taking advantage of that little slip up from Jason Warren. Finds himself out front if he can make the pass work. Daniel Pope really is trying to hang on to that right rear quarter panel. He's able to do it. Should get the run down the straightaway. And right now, Jason Warren in the best spot. If Cofield can't slide up into that top spot, he's not able to. So now Cofield back at it. Gets a nice run off of the turn there. He's going to go to the inside. If I'm the 45, I'm going to try to get to that top side and try to fill that gap. As we saw the top side really be strong. If I can make this pass, I need to get around that 58 machine. You saw how difficult it was for these guys to pass. He's going to get up there, go to the outside, that right rear quarter of the 58 machine. So side by side for the championship. And for second place here is the 45 going to drive it deep into the corner. 58 gets a nice run from the middle off. Is going to be able to clear him and jump up in front of him. So the 45 going to have to reassess and try it again, as Jonathan Cofield with a successful defense there to keep that 45 behind him. As we go on board with Jason Warren, we'll watch a couple laps here as we watch this battle. Both drivers look like they are really, really rolling the bottom really well. Warren not able to get a run on the 58. 58 is really rolling. Last week, or 2 weeks ago, when at Rockingham, Jonathan Cofield just demolished the competition. Nobody even needed to show up. Cofield had a monster race. And here tonight, trying to get 2 in a row and a championship. Let's go back here and check a battle. We got Tyler Rice, Brandon Wallace, Matt Clement, Dave Jones back here. This is a battle. Well, I believe it's for the 15th position. Tyler Rice is going to get passed by a couple drivers, but Brandon Wallace a little bit heavier, a little bit got a little bit too much weight there in the 99. It's got a little bit extra gas than everybody else, but running up high, making that work, able to get around the number 6. They sort of get back single file. Let's go back up front. We'll give you a rundown here as, man, the 45 all over the back bumper of the 58. Well, this is it right here. I mean, you know, you hate to see a playoff driver and a non-playoff driver wreck each other, get caught up in a wreck like that, but this is what you want to see. You want to see 2 playoff Final Four drivers bumper to bumper, man, as they go through these corners wide open, dadgummit, if not pretty close to it. As we hit lap 50, Daniel Pope still hanging on to that top spot. The 58 of Jonathan Cofield really wants it. And you see back here in the 5th place, just cracked the top 5. That is Michael Kostick, another Final Four driver. Slowly but surely making his way to the front. 17 going to try a slide job. Ooh, I don't know about that. Whoa! As 17 going to go around, and oh, big wreck. Kyle Martinson going to be involved as the 17 of Josh Oswald goes around. And caution comes out. We were kind of watching that. Let's see if we can go back. Try to see what happened. I don't know if I went back too far or what. The longest replay of my life. All right, you see Oswald go down to the, I think he's going to try a slide job. He drives it pretty deep in there and comes back up the track, just not quite clear as the 3 was having a run, and the 3 not cutting him a break. Not that I think he should have. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he could have lifted there, but opting not to is looked like maybe he thought the 17 would get it back down. But yeah, just maybe it just seemed indecisive. Thought maybe he was clear, going to try to come up in front of the 3, but then at the last second maybe decided against it. It's hard to say. It's sort of a racing incident in my opinion. I don't think that's anybody's fault. As we look at it again, well, actually, if I can go down here. Yeah, 17 just kind of slides up there, and Costa just gets in the right rear quarter. I don't know. It's hard to say. Like I said, it just feels like a racing incident to me. I can't really, try to put any blame on anybody there. It just did work out with what Josh was trying to do, and Michael Kostick just trying to keep his foot in it and keep moving forward. So, but dangerous moment there for Kostick. As he's going to be back in the 10th position. So a few drivers coming down pit road. I want to say we had quite a few drivers come down and take another set of tires. And Mike Kostick may have been one of them. Let's go back a couple laps if we can see. See, he had that damage from that, so that may have been why he decided to come down and gets a fast repair, so he does use it. You see the jacks go up on that 3 machine. The 72 also coming down to get tires, so you're going to see some strategy here. We're going to see some different strategies. We get ready to go back green here on lap 53 of 125. So right now, if it goes green a long way, I mean, you got to be looking back to the 9th and 10th position where Kostick and Alan Renicky have a good bit fresher tires. Brandon Pollock also. That's 20 lap tires. So we'll see how that plays out. If we get a bunch of quick cautions, that could hurt them. But they are definitely going to be rolling when the green flag drops. But Daniel Pope, currently your leader. Jonathan Cofield outside in second. Jason Warren third. Mickey Isaac fourth. Andy Kurtz fifth. Sixth, Charles Stevens. Seventh, Dave Jones. Eighth, Brandon Pollock. Ninth, Alan Reinecke. And 10th is Michael Kosk to get ready to go green as the pace car hits pit road. Daniel Pope going to lead us down for this restart. Still a long, long way to go. Not even halfway. Good start for Daniel Pope. Not so good start for Jonathan Cofield as the 45 of Jason Warren gets to the inside. Is he going to be able to clear it? That run from the top side is pretty good, but I feel like Jason Warren has got a little bit of advantage here as he's basically side by side to see if he can make it work. Cofield drives it deep into the corner, side by side for second place. Oh, they're going to get close. Woo! Hey, that is, boy, you're putting a lot of prayer on that net code getting close like that, but I love it. I love it. These guys are racing their guts out. I know they're nervous. They're nervous wrecks in there. The adrenaline's flowing. You think, well, they're sitting in computer chairs with steering wheels. I don't care. It is very, very stressful trying to run for these championships. You race all season long. You give up a Friday night to do this and put a lot of work into it. Comes down to the end. You're going to give all that you got. Cofield, we talked about it a lot this season, but Cofield felt like he really gave one away last season. Charles Stevens, your defending champion, and Cofield kind of talked about it towards the end, kind of gave it away. He didn't really give it away. His internet issues sort of kept him from being able to fight for a championship, as he was definitely one of the best drivers last season with a lot of wins, but it has to check up just a little bit, trying to get to the inside of the 16 and the 45. Here he comes with a big run. Going to jump down to the inside and try to take over that second position and get up towards the lead. I don't think it's going to work out. The top side really, really strong. The 58 going to drive down to the bottom. Hangs on to that second place. You see Andy Kurtz working that top side. These guys are going to join this battle before too long. Man, they got battle all over the track. I'm sorry, guys, if I don't show you battle, but, man, it's all over the place, and this lead battle is just nonstop. And you can see how the 16 is able just to control this race. Nobody can really get a run. And so what happens is the second-place car goes to the inside and has to get off the gas too much, not able to keep the run going that the top side can. And so third place comes in and fills that gap, and then he does it, and then he goes back, and then they keep just kind of a revolving door of cars, and it just pulls everybody in, almost like a plate race. And you see, man, there's the whole daggum top 10 is up here. I'm about to get a camera that can show more cars, for God's sake. You got Michael Kostick. There's those new tires that we're talking about. He didn't waste no time getting up into the top 3. As you definitely can see, 20 lap fresher tires ain't a joke. That number 3 car is moving. We'll see the difference with the tires. See what he can do here. What's his decision here? As he knows he's got fresher tires, how patient can he be? You can definitely see he's got a little bit more throttle than what he's given it. He's just trying to wait for them to figure it out. 58 and 3 teammates, but tonight, teammates all out the window. As you see the 3 going to drive and just make use of those tires. You see just how big a deal they are. The 16 going to have to give that top side. He can't defend that, as the 3 just had a massive run. So right now, what Michael Kostick needs for this race to do, him and Alan Reinecke, needs this race to go green, as he's going to be able to put a lot of time on these drivers. You know, that extra set of tires that these guys have won't mean nothing if the extra set's sitting in the pits. So if Kostick can get a long run, him and Al Reinecke are going to be sitting pretty. You see Al Reinecke looking down the inside. You got to be feeling nervous. Oh, my goodness, as the 45 kind of cuts off the 72 as he's sort of boxed in between him and the 72 and the 16, as just trying to make sure that he doesn't give up too many spots. At 72, though, got a ton of speed here with these brand new set of tires. He could go down to the inside. And if you're the 45, it makes you feel nervous. He may not know that that Allen's got fresher tires. So, and you see Alan Radecki really making up a lot of ground, and Michael Kosky is gone. He is already out to a 1.2 second lead over his teammate Jonathan Cofield, and so 20 lap fresher tires, you see what it can do. Now, if you're Jonathan Cofield, if you're Jason Warren, the last thing you need to do is try to keep up with those guys and try to push as hard as you possibly can. You can't. You just can't. All it's going to do is put you behind the guys that are on the same set of tires. So it hurts to watch them run away, man. If you're the 58, it hurts to see your teammate. Oh, and the 93, Isaac Wilson gets into the 45. Oh, he's got brand new tires too, and he gets into the back bumper. And man, what an incredible job keeping it together. Let's see if that can continue. As Charles Stevens driving up through these guys, last season's champion. My goodness, what in the world? We'll go back here and see if we can see what happened. We'll try not to miss any action. Let's go back and watch that again. As Isaac Wilson watch the 93 here. So he's got brand new tires. Goes down to the inside and doesn't quite go all the way down. I think the 45 was expecting him to. Just an incredible save by both those drivers. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe they did not wreck there. That was incredible. But yeah, I mean, if I'm Jason Warren, I'm having a heart attack. He's back here having to fight really, really hard to hang on to this. He's currently fighting for the 5th place as Josh Oswald's going to take that spot away. So Jason Warren going to fall back to 6th. Woo, boy, that was scary. Very, very scary. Right now, Michael Kostic, Alan Radecki about a half second faster than anybody else on the track as they are getting with it. But anyway, like I was saying before that all went wild, if you're Jonathan Cofield, you just need to try to pull away yourself, not stress so much about seeing those guys drive off in the distance. You know they got better tires. They got one less set of tires. You just got to deal with it, hit your marks, and race around the guys that have the same set of tires as you. That's really that's the only thing you can do. If you try to push too hard, you're going to burn your tires up, and you'll take yourself out of the race. So. As we're watching these new tires come up through the field, Isaac Wilson, we just saw him make contact with the 45. Got that car back going, and he is moving forward again. Got to be careful if you got brand new tires. You know you got the speed difference, but you got to control it. You got to make sure that you don't push too hard. You don't want to run into somebody. The difference though is just it's startling sometimes whenever you have fresh tires like he does. It's really, really difficult to judge it because you're just driving as hard as the tires will let you, and it's hard to see sometimes. As he's going to look down to the inside of the 45 again. Hopefully they can get through without much issue. He is able to get back around the 45. So Jason Warren, after that, I mean, definitely hurt his tires. I mean, he needs a fresh set of tires. And then the 93 going to get spun there as he goes around and caution comes out on lap 70 with Mickey Isaac there and Matt Clemon going around. So caution out on lap 70 as, well, we saw what happened. 93 goes around, a little retaliation. Didn't appreciate probably somebody racing for a championship getting in the back bumper and almost causing the wreck. And decided to let him know and spun him out. So, but that brings out a caution flag. Michael Kostic did not want to see that. Neither did Alan Renecki. Now that's 20 laps on their tires. So now it's going to sort of flip-flop. What do you do here? Just over halfway, and you've already used 2 sets of tires. Well, actually, I think they've used 3. So I think Michael Kostic only has 1 set of tires. Him and Allen should only have 1 set of tires left. So what are they going to do here? Yeah, I think that's the right call. As much as it's going to hurt, because it's going to be the exact opposite of what they just dealt with. Just that caution couldn't come at a worse time for these two. As now, the whole field is going to have fresh tires, and they are going to have to fight to stay in the hunt. You just can't take the tires here. You've only got 1 set, 4 total. They've come down and taken 2 sets already, so that's 3. That leaves them with 1. They really needed to go green. That's going to hurt their chances to win this race, but with the way the cautions are kind of spacing out, it wouldn't surprise me that it kind of equals out at the end. So Jonathan Cofield going to win the battle off pit road. On tires, at least. Brandon Wallace, Michael Nash, looks like they took 2 tires. So Brandon Wallace in the 5th place with 2 tires. We'll see. I don't know. On a high-speed racetrack, it usually works this way. On a track where you have to keep up a bunch of speed, especially in the middle of the corner, those left sides are extremely, extremely important. Right sides are good when you have to there's some different times where 2 tires will work, but when you're carrying a lot of speed through corners like these, those left sides are doing a lot of work. So I can't imagine burning a set of tires to take the right sides, but and we saw track position be important, so if you can make that top side work, you might hold on to a few spots. I don't have a whole lot of faith in 2 tires here. Lap 73 of 125. We're over halfway, but still a long way to go. About 50 laps to go here in this race. This is going to be an interesting restart. I mean, if I'm Michael Kostic, Alan Renecki, I'm trying to get the best restart as I can. Get out there, make up as much time on this restart as you can. You know the tires are coming, and you're just going to have to weather the storm. Know that you have 1 set of tires left. Weather the storm the best you can. But if it goes green to the end here, it's going to be really, really tough for these guys. So. But I love tire limits for this reason. Different tire strategies kind of flip-flops the race from time to time. Makes it interesting. So you'll see the top 3 here on 20-lap old tires. Everybody behind them, or Steve McDonald also, so the top 4. Everybody else either on 2 tires or 4. As we come down to take the green flag. 51 laps to go here. Oh, the 3, you see him get on the gas as hard as he can, knowing he's got to go. He's got to put as much distance on the field as he can. And you see he got a real loose there. Now, the best thing to have, for these fresh tires is that you got 2 tires right in front of them. You got some guys on some older tires. So they're definitely going to have to put in some work to get up to the front. But Jonathan Cofield right now, your first driver on new tires already. Looking to the inside of his teammate. As Daniel Pope dang near bump drafting the 58 going down the front straightaway. They sail off into the corner. And both these drivers are going to be running extremely fast lap times. We watch them try to run down these front 3. see him get a little bit loose off the corner as they go around the outside of Alan Renecki. 58 going to be able to jump down to the bottom. 16 going to get a run. What's he going to do with it? He looks down to the inside. He's going to follow the 58. 58 has moved himself up into the second position and quickly running down the 3. Cossack just going to have to let him have it. Can't fight too hard. You see Jason Warren running 6th place, starting to run back down these guys. He's going to be able to pass these guys soon as he does have brand new tires. Should make quick work of these two right in front of him. He's probably like, y'all settle this. He's going to go down the inside to ensure that he doesn't get stuck behind the 17 here as he's really driving that 45 machine. So right now he is battling the 58. He's got to run and get Jonathan Cofield. That's the one he's battling, is these Cossack on those older tires. Up front, though, got a battle for the lead. Daniel Pope goes to the outside. Cofield says, go ahead, you can have it. I cannot battle you. You get over there battling side by side. All that does is just pull the rest of the cars to him. So I think Jonathan does the smart thing. We'll see if he tries to battle it here, but does the smart thing and just ride. You can ride behind the 16, push him to a win, and you can be champion. Let's go back here. Got a bunch of cars here. You see the 72 and 3 just trying to, man, hold on. 17 as well, as these new tires all over them. So everybody in the field pretty much has one set of tires left and about 45 laps. So I imagine if we run 10, 15 laps, I would imagine everybody come down and get that last set. You might have somebody save it. But there is a lot of potential for some strategy here as Mickey Isaac looking down to the inside. Oswald gets to the bumper. The one actually has to back off a little bit. You see Brandon Pollock jumping to the outside. New tires just making a huge difference. Go up front. Check this battle. This is for the championship right here. The 58 running behind the 16, trying to run him down. And he is there, right on the back bumper of the 58. He's going to get to the inside. And he's going to take that spot away from Jonathan Cofield. So, 45 up to second place. And now has command of this championship. Now he's going to look down to the inside of Daniel Pope. Try to take over the lead. And he does. He's going to slide up, take that spot away. Those two teammates, so I would expect to see that from Daniel Pope. And I would expect, if I'm Jonathan Cofield, I'd probably expect the 16 to not do the same thing for me. So if you're Jonathan Cofield, you got to keep that in your mind. How you gonna approach this? You're gonna have to be aggressive with the 16. You can't let the 45 get away. He's definitely shown that he has what it takes. You know, one thing that we've always kind of talked about the last couple seasons with Jason Warren, not able to save tires, get out there, run really fast laps in the front, and then start to fade at the end. But this season, man, just turned it around and has definitely been a tire-saving machine. As now they're side by side, Cofield like, oh Lord. As 45 starting to drive away a little bit. You know, I don't exactly know the fuel situation, but I would imagine they could probably make it on fuel. from lap 71 for sure. About 50 laps. I would expect the fuel run to be pretty close to that. So I don't know. The guys who pitted on lap 51, Alan Renecki, Mark Kostick, Oswald, Steve McDonald, those guys may not be able. I mean, I'm pretty sure they cannot make it on fuel. So they definitely don't need this thing to go green to the end. Speaking of those drivers, we'll check in on Alan and Michael as they are currently settled around the 7th and 9th place with Matt Cleveland right sandwiched in between them. That's about as good as you can ask for. Just trying to get as much as they can out of those tires, get settled in, and stop the bleeding as much as possible. They're still going to have a caution. They can't go green all the way. Just the strategies didn't work out with that caution that came out. That's the last thing they needed. You can see just how far back they are. Alan Renecki currently about 7.7 seconds off the leader. And last lap he ran a 32.19. Leader ran a 31.57. So good half second faster. Last lap by Daniel Pope, Jonathan Cofield, 2/10 faster than the two up front. That time by the top four ran identical lap time. That's crazy. 31.86 the top three. Their top four. All settled up here. Let's go through the field. Let's talk a little bit about everybody's race. We saw Jason Warren out there, out front with the lead, and he is a Final Four driver, so he is in he's in the hot seat right now. He's in the championship position. If he can hold steady here and stay in front of that 58 machine, we saw him have some contact, a little dust up with Isaac Wilson, been able to get over that, get through it, and now finds himself out front. Andy Kurtz running in the second position, started third, but has been hanging around up front all race long. So he would love to get this win, and he is definitely right there, able to do it. As Michael Kostick comes down pit road, can't make it on fuel, going to have to come down under green and get 4 tires and fuel. Now the question is, can everybody else make it? Because this will be an interesting call. I think the other drivers can make it. And if that is the case, it's just going to be a disappointing deal for Kostick. He comes down pit road, currently running in the 18th position. He'll go a lap down as leaders go by him now. But we'll see if these other drivers have to pit. If they do, then this could work out for him. So we'll see as we get towards the end of this thing. But anyway, Andy Kurtz running in second place. Daniel Pope been out front, just battling all night long. It's been a lot of fun watching him race. He's had quite a few race wins at the second half of the season. Didn't start the season, so not able to be here in the Final Four, but has definitely been a player in the last half of the season, and currently running in the third position. Jonathan Cofield, as Alan Renecki comes down pit road, same deal for him. Can't make it on fuel, got to go. Michael Kostick gets his 4 tires, he's out. So will Alan. So those guys coming down pit road, making their final stop with just about 30 laps to go. Jonathan Cofield, our second Final Four driver, running in the top 4. Been flirting around with the lead, been in the lead, been out. I've just been up in front all race long, and is trying to get back to that 45 machine and take over the championship lead. Brandon Pollock having a great run in 5th. We saw him with those new tires able to make topside work, kind of running by himself on an island with Mickey Isaac pretty close by, but having a great run up 8 spots from where he started back in 13th position. Mickey Isaac, we've seen him up front battling. A little bit of damage on that right side, been involved in some accidents, but still finds himself in 6th place. Matt Clement having a fantastic run in 7th. I've seen a lot of improvement out of him, and I mean, just in this ARCA car for sure. I mean, Matt has just gotten better and better and better at managing these races. Not too bad. Jonathan Cofield comes down pit road, so looks like these drivers do have to pit. So interesting, going to be an interesting deal. See how this all plays out. As Al Renecki and Michael Costa did come down pit road pretty early. So we'll see where they come out on track. But interesting, cool. I mean, I was worried that those two were out of it, but they're right back in it if these drivers can't make it on fuel. So you see Jonathan Cofield come down pit road. So that kind of changes everything. Brandon Pollock coming down pit road now. So guys making their pit stops. And setting themselves up for the end of this race. As we go back up front and check that out. We'll get through the field after pit stops are over. We have a little lull. We'll get back through the field. How long are these guys going to wait? That's the kicker. You know, if I'm Jason Warren, you know, Jonathan Cofield already pitted, giving up so much time. You're hoping for a caution and trap those guys a lap down. You know, that's an option. You got teammates out there, they could stay out on tires. I mean, there's all kinds of options. You know, if you stay out and you do get that caution. If you don't get that caution, though, those new tires, we already talked about half a second faster. They're going to make up a lot of time, so you have to make that pit stop. You're going to come out behind them, and you're going to have to run them down. So, interesting call here. What do you do if you're the 45? You've already seen all of your competition go down pit road. Caution comes out, man, he's sitting pretty. If not, he could find himself on the attack. Last lap by, Michael Kostic ran a 31.39. Jason Warren running a 32.4. So a whole second different in time right now. So every lap, Michael Kostic making up a second. He was probably about 9 to 10 seconds when he pitted, so that's 10 laps. That's all he needs to undercut the 45. Of course, when the 45 does come out, he will have much better tires, so it's going to be see how it all plays out. I'm excited to see. Right now, from Jason Warren, I feel pretty good no matter what, other than the fact that Jonathan Cofield was right behind him, and Jonathan Cofield making up that same time. I mean, gosh. Oh, Matt Clement goes around. Oh, we do have a wreck. Matt Clement in the wall, the 19. And caution does come out with 25 laps to go. He has some sort of problem, and man, oh my goodness. 3 playoff drivers did not want to see that. Let's go see what happened to Matt right there. As he comes off the corner. Oh, no. I don't even know what in the world happened there. It looked like Jonathan Cofield got into the back of him. Oh, man. Okay, I think I understand now. I was so confused. It looked so weird there for a minute, but it looks like maybe Matt was trying to get down pit road and trying to get on pit road. We'll actually go on board with him and see if we can hear what he's got going on. Just you see yeah, he's shifting down and yeah, not really sure if he didn't call it out or if it just was the car just didn't want to turn to get down on pit road. And Jonathan Cofield gets in the back of him, so a Well, all right. Well, pit road is open, and we'll see most of the drivers come down pit road. Obviously, the ones that won't will be Cofield, Kostick, Alan Renecki, but they will have to take the waiver around. It's just oh my goodness, just the worst thing that could happen. Brandon Pollock going to get the lucky dog, and so these 3 drivers will get the waiver round, and they unfortunately will be on a good bit older tires than Jason Warren. So, man, just the worst thing that could happen. We talked about that caution. It was possible. Now, these drivers did pit on lap 95. Michael Kostick on 90, so he's got the oldest. Al Renecki on 92. So we're looking at about 5 to 10 lap older tires. It's going to be tough to make up that time. They're going to be at the back of the field. They're going to take the wave around the pace car when we get the one to go. And they're going to have to drive up through the field. They're going to be running around the 14th position where Jason Warren is going to have fresh tires, 10-lap fresher tires, and be up front. So just a massive swing with the tires and how they work. The tire limits that were set in this race, the length of the race is 25 laps longer than what we usually run. So the race would normally be over at this point, and there's still 25 laps. So just a lot of strategy involved. And with the way the cautions have fallen here at the end of this race, with 22 laps to go here, Jason Warren got to feel really, really confident. We have yet to get the one to go. Should be on the 2 to go, and those drivers will be waved around. So I mean, at this moment, and I don't believe in jinxing and all that kind of stuff. We say that for fun, so I definitely don't feel like any kind of jinxing or something that would go on. But I feel like Jason Warren, I mean, he can't be in a better spot. I mean, to win a championship, you've got guys all around you that will take care of you, and you don't really have to fight that hard. There's no need to go up there and try to win the race, put yourself in a bad position. You've got the championship. It's a hard situation to be in because you want to win. You want to win the race and the championship. It's just part of being a racer. You want to go out there and get the win. Just depends on what's most important to you. At this point in time, with Cofield, your first driver, your other final 4 are running 14, 15, 16 on older tires. I mean, you can kind of just cruise around here and take home the championship. You see them there as they get the one to go. Should be able to drive around the pace car. They'll get back on the lead lap. But when we take the green flag, we're going to have 20 laps to go. Who's going to win this thing? That's what I want to know. Andy Kurtz has been up front all race long. Is able to get that lead there, and we'll see what he can do out front, see if he can get out there and kind of set sail. Mickey Isaac back there in 4th position. I mean, he's been strong all night. Could definitely see him getting up there and mixing it up. But who's going to be champion? Right now, Jason Warren with that caution just got to be feeling good about his position, where he's at on the track, and the tire situation. Just have to stay out of the trouble. These guys all around him want to win this race. They don't care about the championship. They don't care about his championship as much as he'd like to think they would. They're trying to win this race, and so I don't know. But we're getting ready to go back green here. 20 laps to go. Settle this thing. Last race of the season. It's been a fantastic race. Andy Kurt's going to lead us down to the green flag. Going to take off. Get a nice jump on Jason Warren and Daniel Pope. Let's watch the battle here for second. Jason gonna clear. Oh my goodness, Mickey Isaac gonna get really out of shape on that high side. Not able to get it. Oh, Tyler Rice goes around. We got a wreck on the back straightaway. Tyler Rice around again. No caution just yet. We still green. Still green. He's trying to get it going. Car's all jacked up. He puts it in reverse, gets it going, but we are still green, so we're going to jump back up front. Jason Warren still running in second place, still in that championship hunt. Let's check in on Jonathan Cofield. He's trying to do whatever he can, get the most out of it. He's going to be driving 110% for the next 19 laps. As he's got Michael Kostick right behind him, Alan Renecki back in the 14th position. But these guys are just in an uphill battle where they're having to, maybe they're faster than these guys. They may be a little bit faster, but the problem is they're on older tires. So they're having to overcome. Oh, we got a big wreck, another one. Isaac Wilson. Down on the inside, no caution again, as Chuck Feltz was involved in that. I don't know what's going on. Chuck Feltz and somebody banging doors there. Go back and see what happened real quick. As, yeah, Isaac Wilson yet again involved in an incident. Getting a run on the inside of the 75 is there, and Chuck comes down just a little bit, pushing him in the grass, and they make contact. And Chuck comes back up onto the track in front of Matt Clement, all these guys, Jonathan Cofield, the three. And my goodness, that was a very scary deal. They did a great job of staying out of it. But caution does come out now. As it looks like, it looks like Isaac Wilson had another issue. It looks like that was the same one, so caution. Oh, he spins as he comes back up on the track. Just having trouble getting that thing back going, but does eventually without too much damage, but caution did come out. Well, I can tell you right now, Cofield, Kostick, both those drivers needed that caution. That did separate them a little bit. That incident sort of separated those drivers. And so this caution is really going to help get them bunched back up. I really feel like, you know, anything could happen. I mean, Jason Warren has got to finish this thing. I think he is in a position that it's just too good. Just with the tire advantage, the track position, all of those things. But I mean, he's still got to do everything right. He's got to get a good restart, not spin his tires. He's got to, you know, not misjudge a corner, get loose. I mean, there's so many things that can go wrong. You know, I can't imagine the stress that Jason Warren is currently under, as you know, he's get to sit here and think about this under caution. Just love for this thing to be over. But probably going to have about 13, 14 laps to go when we get the green flag. I can't imagine that we'll see green to the end the way these guys have been racing. Probably some tempers flaring. We've already seen some flare up. And I can't imagine that we won't see any more of that. But let's go through the field again while we're waiting under this caution. And we got Andy Kurtz, Jason Warren, Daniel Pope, top three. Michael Nash in that 27, saw him starting up front. Been kind of up and down race for him, but finds himself in fourth place. Matt Clement inside the top five. Mickey Isaac right behind him. Brandon Wallace in the 7th position. Brandon Pollock in 8th. Jonathan Cofield in 9th. Michael Kostick in 10th. Michael Morrison currently runs 11th. Chuck Feltz running in 12th position. 13th is Josh Oswald. Steve McDonald running 14th. Dave Jones running 15th. 16th, Isaac Wilson. 17th, Tyler Rice. We've seen him backwards, forward, sideways. He's had a tough night. He currently runs in 17th. 18th, Al Renecki. Disappointed, I'm sure, as just not able to make his way up through the field. Currently running 18th. Charles Stevens Jr., last season's champion, running in 19th, and Kyle Martinson, who is out of the race. Lights out on the pace car, and almost lights out for the ARCA series at Charlotte. It's been an insane race. I mean, just so much going on. I feel like I'm losing my voice at the moment, and I feel like I've talked my head off, probably turned away some viewers by how much I'm talking, but there's just so much going on. Just so much to talk about in this race. Just so much drama, back and forth, incidents, wrecks, guys getting frustrated with each other, tire limits affecting the strategies, cautions falling at the right and wrong time, depending on who you are. Just been a wild race outside of just the normal racing that these guys, the show that they put on tonight. Just been incredible. So just a fantastic way of finishing this thing off here at Charlotte under the lights. And we got 13 more to go here when we go back green. Pace car pulls off. We got Andy Kurtz with a great start there, going to pull away from the field, and the green flag is out. 13 laps to go here in this season. Andy Kurtz going to jump out to a 6/10 of a second lead over the rest of the guys. If I'm Jonathan Cofield, if I'm Michael Costa, I'm praying for a quick caution. Let me grab a couple spots, pass a couple drivers, and caution come out. Do that 2 or 3 times, and you'll be right in this thing. As you see Daniel Pope get to the back bumper of Jason Warren. Jason Warren almost going to go 3 wide here. Definitely not wanting to do that, but he's got to be careful. Warren's got to go because Jonathan Cofield is back there. You can see him just a few cars back. He's going to the inside of Brandon Wallace. Jonathan Cofield up to 7th place, and Jason Warren having to fight hard to stay in 2nd. "12 laps to go, and Cofield going to make this thing a race." You see him back there. Looking out the front windshield of Jonathan Cofield, you can see that pink 45 machine up there. He's got a few cars in front of him. What's he willing to do to get this championship? He's trying everything he can to get by these guys and get up there and challenge Jason Warren. Seems to be slow going here, as he's, like I said, he is dealing with the fact that his tires are much older than all these guys. He's having to overcome that. Let me get a little bit loose. That's going to open the door for the 58. He's going to look to the inside. So move Cofield possibly into the top 5. Here he is. He's going to maybe take the spot from Michael Nash as well. So the 58, he is not done yet, as he is going to fight hard. He's going to hope to maybe clear the 27 here. He's going to need to clear him soon. See if he's able to do that. He's probably going to pull up in front of him. Not quite. Didn't really feel like he had him there. And he does. He does. So Jonathan Cofield up to 5th with just 9 laps to go here in the championship. And I don't know, sharks in the water. I don't know if he could smell blood, but he is just 1.3 seconds back from Jason Warren. a tall order. Last lap, of course, Jonathan Gofield battling. He was a couple tenths slower than Jason. We'll actually go and we'll do this right here. We'll see if I get it right on the first shot. Let's see. No, I did not. There's your time right there. We'll leave that up on the screen so you can see that. If anything materializes, you'll be able to see it. Andy Kurtz out to a substantial lead at this point. Right now, at 16 is the 45's best ally, and Mickey Isaac gonna fight here. I mean, what would likely happen if Mickey Isaac gets up there and fight? Daniel Pope fight really, really hard to hold on to that position, and let the 45 kind of sail off into the sunset. As he crossed the line, Cofield 2 tenths slower that time by, so not really gaining anything on Jason Warren. Mickey Isaac going to look to the inside. That will draw both of those cars back if they get side by side. Mickey not able to complete that run. He'll fall back in line. Four laps to go for Andy Kurtz and Jason Warren. Cross the line, Cofield breaks even, but that's not going to be enough. Going to need more. If he's going to make anything happen, you know he's driving as hard as he possibly can. Would love to see a caution right here. If he could get one of those, he would be in firing range, but time is running out. Three laps to go here in the ARCA series. Everything is kind of settled down here as we'll go back and watch some battles that we got going on. We got almost three wide here as Charles Stevens Jr. on the outside. Oh, and they make contact. And they're wrecking on the back straightaway. And no caution, though, as Michael Kosick's sitting on the track, and he does pop out, and we stay green. Cannot believe it. Cars all jacked up, but we are still under a green flag. So they go down the back straightaway. Jason Warren holding steady. Did not want to see a caution, and caution did not come out. As you see Brandon Wallace really high up on the track. But white flag is out for Andy Kurtz, as he's got a 1.3 second lead over Jason Warren. Andy Kurtz starting in third position. They've been up front all race long, and looks like as they go down into turn 3 and 4, Andy Kurtz is going to win here at Charlotte. He takes the checker flag, and Andy Kurtz wins. And Jason Warren comes home in second place, and Jason Warren takes the championship in the Rebels ARCA series and takes the big trophy home. What a fantastic race. What a fantastic season. And man, I'm out of gas. Little friendly love tap from the 16. They put the 45 in the wall. He don't care. He is a champion tonight. Jason Warren takes home the Rebels ARCA championship. He's going to do some donuts. And what a fantastic season for him. Maybe not the season he hoped in the middle part, but was able to get it done. And get himself in the Final Four and making the right calls at the end. Got it done. Man, that's awesome. Doing all kinds of donuts, got all kinds of people running into him. Well, enough of me. I've been talking enough. Let's talk some drivers. Let's start with Daniel Pope. What do you say? All right, Daniel Pope. Is Eddie in the booth? You got me? Well, man, a fun race. I mean, you moved up through the field pretty quickly and found yourself up front. And you were battling all night long, able to kind of stay out of the tire strategy stuff and able to just kind of hang around up front and found yourself there in a third place finish. You had quite a few wins at the end of the season and just came up a little bit short tonight in third. But kind of talk about your race, man. How'd it go for you?
A ton of time down there. I think I would have had a shot to at least contend with the 5 for the win if I could have figured out that corner. It's just one of those things where just if somebody's not your night, it's not your night.
Well, I mean, it looked like it was a lot of fun out there early on for sure. Side by side, it's, since iRacing kind of fixed sort of the high line and give you the ability to get runs off the top side, it just seemed like it maybe even a little bit frustrating trying to make passes on the bottom and then try to also defend the top. It just seemed like anytime the second place driver get to the lead, it would just kind of draw in all of the other cars. Did you have much frustration with that, or were you just able to kind of deal with it and make do with the best you could with it?
I honestly would rather do that any day than run single file around the bottom of these tracks. I love the ability to run multi lanes, get side by side. Now like Bristol, I like running the bottom, but like these tracks like this, or Homestead, or Old Atlanta, it makes it so much more fun to have multiple lanes, to be able to run all over the track and have these big runs coming from the top and having to work the strategy of what lane to be in and how hard to push and when to move up. I mean, there was a big game to it tonight. And I mean, that makes this stuff a lot of fun versus just riding right around the white line on the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely looked like a blast for sure. Well, there's a lot going on in this race. The tire strategies really kind of threw a wrench in a lot of people's plans. Did you have any particular strategy in mind? What was kind of your goal through the middle of the race as the tires were kind of becoming sort of an issue? Kind of what was your plan as to try to get to the end of this thing?
Well, I knew that the person that I was going to have to beat to win the race was Cofield. And so that middle stint, I wanted to get in front of him. And I wasn't too worried about Jason and the other guy that ran out there because I knew they were going to run their tires off. But Cofield's really smart and really good. And I was going to play a game where I was going to try to force him into a short pit because he knew he was going to have a hard time getting back around me, which played perfect. Me and Jason had jumped on my strategy I was going to play. And he had burned his tires off, and he was kind of hanging on. But what our plan was once we forced Cofield into a short pit, we were going to run till 12 to go and then put 2 on. And I think it was going to be a big gap when that happened. Because I seen some guys put 2 on earlier in the race, and they were running the same speeds as 4. So I think either way, I had a good strategy. And then that caution come out where somebody got into somebody in the back, unfortunately, over somebody pitting, and it allowed us to put 4 on and gave us 10 lap better tires than everybody else. And unfortunately, it allowed the 5 to be on the same strategy. So we had to race him straight up, and he just was better at the end.
Yeah, well, very, very exciting race. Congratulations, Daniel. Enjoyed having you. Thanks for racing with us. It's been a lot of fun having you. Definitely a good addition to this series, and looking forward to hopefully seeing you race next season. But a great second half of the season as always, man. Who you got to thank? Sponsor shout-outs.
The league here allowed me to race. This is a blast. I got some guys I think are going to come with me run next year for my short track team. So it'll be fun to get them involved and help build everything up a little bit and get some more guys in here. And the guys over at SPM, all my team guys. And that's it.
All right.
Congrats to Jason Warren for actually doing something good.
There you have it. Third place finisher Daniel Pope. Let's talk to our race winner, Andy Kurtz. Andy, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, what's up, man? Gotcha.
Man, what a fun race! I can't imagine. You're in my favorite position. You were not running for the final four, so you didn't have that pressure, but you're out there racing for the win, and you could just let it all hang out. And that's exactly what you did. Man, just looked like so much fun out there, able to run top, bottom. I mean, y'all were just a big pack of cars at some point. Man, talk about your race. Congratulations on the win, by the way. But talk about your race, man. How'd it go for you?
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, been been wanting to get one this season, so yeah, I love this track. So happy to have a good run tonight. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Those first I mean 20 or 30 laps until I got in a wreck. That was some wild racing. I was surprised that we were hanging together so closely. I would have thought that we would have spread out a little bit, at least, after that many laps, but we didn't. But it was a lot of fun, and yeah, I mean, the top line seemed to be the preferred line. Just keep your momentum up to pass people. So trying to figure all that out as we went, and yeah, unfortunate. Kyle and I got in a little wreck there. Just kind of ran out of room trying to keep the top line, and I think he was just trying to fill the hole, and I could have lifted, but I didn't. So racing thing, and apologize to whoever else got in that, but yeah, it was good. Came back and brought it together, and had a good race. Had a lot of fun following Jason through the field there. We both started in the back, so yeah, cool.
Oh, well, all that racing you did at the beginning of the race, and you had to be boring at the end and just run away with it, man. Just out there, just kicking butt at the end. Just the tire strategy worked out perfectly. You're able to get that restart, and I don't, with the way the championship stuff was going, I don't think Jason was going to really put too much pressure on you anyway. But you seem to be one of the fastest ones out there. I mean, talk a little bit about the using the top side to your advantage to make passes, but also know that hey, if somebody else is up there, you got to go down the bottom, and you give up a spot by jumping down to the bottom. What was sort of your mindset of dealing with that and playing sort of that chess game of kind of working through traffic?
Yeah. I mean, that was really, I'd say, the best part about this car and track combo tonight, and I didn't wasn't expecting it to be um, that good, that much flexibility with where you can run and set guys up on passes. So I think because we were really wadded up, we were all really running together. You could set passes up, and you kind of got to watch ahead and see guys 2 or 3 cars up ahead and see what they're doing. Try to anticipate what's going on. Look ahead, which is cool. I like when races kind of turn out like that. So yeah, when I was in clean air, I mean those last 10, 15 laps, they maybe they looked boring, but those were qualifying laps, every single one, trying to win. So those are fun. And clean air, I think the bottom was working. Trying to enter high. I like these mile and a halves where it works out where I could enter high and the turn just kind of floated in, and then ease it down to the bottom on exit and just make the straightaway really long. So Atlanta's another one that you could do that. At least that it works for me. So kind of realized that was working out and figured I had a good chance during this race to win. So all in all, it was a lot of fun.
Well, yeah, well, man, you got it done, and as always, man, who you got to thank? Sponsor, shout outs, anything?
Yeah, just want to thank you for a great broadcast. I haven't been able to run too many of these this season, but I'm really looking forward to going back and watching this one. And hey, congrats to your championship win a couple hours ago in our other series. Want to thank Brandon Wallace for putting this on for us and always keeping it fun. All the guys in here, a lot of regulars that I'm used to running with, but a lot of new guys as well entered this race and saw some new names. So it's a lot of fun running with them, and hope to be able to keep doing that. And of course, want to thank Jason Warren and his school of racing etiquette putting this on for us.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on the win tonight, Andy. Man, looking forward to racing with you some more next season. And again, congrats.
All right, thanks, man. See you.
All right. Well, he's been waiting patiently, but want to give everybody their time. But let's bring the man of the hour, the champion, Jason Warren. This Eddie, you got me?
What's going on, brother?
Man, congratulations, dude. Just an insane race. We talked to Daniel, we talked to Andy Kurtz already, and just the insanity of the race, all of it. I mean, from top to bottom, it had everything. Anything that you want. You got side by side racing. You've got some tempers flaring. You've got um, tire strategy, cautions flying at the right and wrong times. I mean, just all over the place. But you were able to weather the storm, man, and come out and get the championship, man. Just talk a little bit about the season, reflect on it a little bit. Able to get in the Final Four with a win, and man, just here coming and executing at the end of this race and getting the championship.
When the season started, I told Bubba that I was going to win the ARCA championship. Did I think I was actually going to win it? Fuck no, I didn't. Because the strength of field is just, I had so much to learn. Still have quite a bit to learn. With Cofield, just, God, he's so freaking stout in these cars. And, you got Kurtz and Caustic and Warnecki and Pope and all these guys. I figured I could get to the Final Four. I like to talk a little shit, like I'm going to win. I'm going to win. I did not think I could win the title, but here we are, my man. Holy shit.
Well, I can't tell you how proud I would be of this championship with the way the season has gone, the type of drivers that are here, and to be the guy that stands atop of them all at the end of this thing. I mean, dude, this is one that I would be extremely, extremely proud of. So I'm happy that you were able to get this thing. And just, I mean, just well deserved, dude. I think I talk about it every once in a while. I don't know if you go back and watch the broadcast, but we talked about it like last season, a couple last seasons ago. I mean, obviously everybody knows how good at short tracks you are. You get in the big car stuff, and you could be really fast, but the tire issue was always a problem. I mean, you could always count on Jason Warren jump out to early lead, fall back, and just kind of have that same back and forth, for the last couple seasons. But this season, man, it just turned the corner, and you figured out how to have speed at the end of runs, and I think that's a testament to why I'm talking to you right now as a champion, because of the improvement that you made. And just tonight was the same deal. I mean, making the right strategy calls, and being there, a little bit of luck, but everybody needs luck. Everybody needs some luck to win these things sometimes. So everybody that wins a championship has got some luck somewhere. So, but you still made all the right calls, made all the right moves, and all the way back a few weeks ago, winning, getting in, moving on to the next rounds, working your way through, and then coming out on top tonight, and just an insane race. Just really impressive, man, to see the progression of somebody that I already know is a really talented race car driver, but to put it together is why you're champion. You know what I mean? It's easy to go out there and win a couple races here and there, but to come out a champion of a series like this with the drivers, just can't say how impressed I am. It's just a really, really awesome deal. So congratulations. But as you were going and you got down to the end of this race, knowing the caution that kind of trapped those drivers a lap down, what was your mindset? How nervous were you? Were you stressed out? Were you calm and cool? Did you feel good, or was how do your nerves handle those situations where I'm in a good spot, but what could go wrong?
First off, you about made me cry with your kind words. I appreciate that. Not even kidding. I thought, second of all, I just want to say that what's Isaac's last name? Walker Wilson?
Wilson.
Isaac Wilson. He's a fucking idiot. So I'll go ahead and fire that off. Even if I think he came through on fresh tires. I may have cut him off. I don't know. I thought when we're in a playoff race, you gotta. I don't know. He came up so fast. I may have cut him off. If I did, I apologize. But regardless, I don't know how I saved that car. That was pure luck. It definitely wasn't talent. So I was pissed, and told myself the next time I was around him, I was going to put his ass in the wall, and that's exactly what I did. So we'll go ahead and get that out of the way. Then whenever that caution came out, we came in and got tires, and then I thought Cofield was ahead of us and like 4 or 5 cars. And then from there on out, we just kind of did our strategy. It mainly is DP strategy, Pope. He told me at lap 110, if it stayed green, take 2 tires and gas, which at that point I knew I was going to wreck coming into pit road because that's just what would. I was fucking nervous as hell. Caution came out. Everybody is a lap down or something. Got 4 freshies, and from then on out, it was extremely stressful just trying to keep a clean line and everything, my man.
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan Cofield, valiant effort there at the end. I want to shout him out, not to really, you know, cheerlead somebody during your interview, but there at the end, I mean, I know you're nervous, worried about cautions because Cofield had moved up into the top 5, and a caution would have made it really interesting. There's a couple drivers, had some incidents there on the backstretch, and a caution didn't come out. I don't know if you knew about that. Did that? How nervous were you when that was happening, or did you still pretty much feel confident with where your strategy and stuff was?
I was slowly pulling him by a tenth, like every lap and a half. But regardless, his tires were 9 laps older than mine, I believe. But I don't care. I don't want a caution to come out, and I don't want to race Cofield heads up in these cars. I don't even care if he has a fucking meatball. I don't want none of that smoke at all. Heads up.
well, well,
But we got it done.
you got it done, man. The old DPTP got the strategy, got it done, and man, you come home a champion, finish in second place. That's a dang good way to end the season, man. But as always, man, who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout outs and who helped you win this championship?
First off, always thank you for the broadcast. No matter if I wreck out or whatever, I always watch your broadcasts just because they're absolutely great. I'd like to thank Brandon Bubba Wallace. For this series is by far my favorite on Rebels. It's become my favorite car. I look forward to Friday nights racing this. So big thing. He runs a good league. Um, Probably gonna get suspended for a comms violation or wrecking dipshit, but I'll take it. No problem at all. Daniel Pope, he coached me through this race with pit strategy and everything. Huge shout out to him. He's the best. Josh Oswald telling me to look at the big picture, not try to run Andy Kurtz down. Not that I could have, even if I probably wanted to those last few laps. Garrett Kinder, Jason Lottridge for trying to get me pumped up, but all he did was piss me off the past week. Mike Irabay, Ray Page, Griff, Tyler Ross. Last few weeks in the playoffs, me and T. Ross has been, working on steering ratios and brake bias and everything. Sam Wetstein, all the guys at Velocity, Logan Sturgeon. I mean, I could literally go on and on. My fiance, she knows I was a little stressed out for this race because I didn't think I had the speed. Probably didn't have the speed, but sometimes you don't have to have the speed. You just need a little bit of luck and things will work out for you.
Well, congratulations, Jason Warren. Fantastic championship win. And, man, you get to be the champion until the next Final Four race. So, congratulations again. I've got Brandon Wallace in here. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he wants me to interview him. I ain't going to interview him. You finished. Brandon
I
Wallace.
was holding the beat button for Warren.
You finished in ninth. I don't want to talk to you. What do you want?
Man, I just want to come in here as a championship race, and I want to thank our champion and all the championship 4 guys and everybody that came out this season. And obviously, thank you for just everything that you've done. The broadcasts are amazing this season. We can't say everybody thanks you first and foremost. And just want to tell you, man, what an awesome broadcast you put on. And we are just blessed to have you there in the broadcast booth. And thank you once again.
Well, shit, I feel bad for talking shit.
Well, it's okay.
Well, I gotta say, man, while you're here, and I say it every week, but man, you put on the best series in Rebels, no doubt. I don't know what you do. I don't know if you threaten people in PMs. I'm not really sure how it goes, but somehow you put together some of the fastest drivers. What used to be sort of a development series, you sort of had an I-rating cap, and you do it all by yourself, but you're able to. I mean, the series is fantastic. So, I mean, there's something in Texas, in the sauce over there that's making a great series and a great. I mean, it's just every season it just puts on a show. So I don't know if you're just lucky enough to take over the car or if it's something that you're doing, but I'm gonna say it's something you're doing, and definitely want to appreciate you putting on this show. It's pretty awesome, and all the work that you do for that. So.
Well, thank you. It's everybody in the league that makes it, and I just try to we try to get tracks, and the car is wonderful, and we've got a great group of obviously fast guys, and with Cofield and Warnicki and Pope and some of the other guys, unbelievable talent. So it's, throw the tracks out there and don't give them any tires, and let them fight it out.
That's right. It's a clown show and you're bozo. I love it. Well,
Yep.
all right, man. Well, Brandon Wallace, any last words or anything before we head out and kind of close the curtain on this season?
No, man, just thank you again. Thank all the drivers. Thank Original Rebels, everybody there, Griff, all the admins and stuff. It's been a great season.
All righty. Well, congratulations again to Jason Warren, and congratulations to Andy Kurtz. Congratulations also to Jonathan Cofield, Michael Kostick, and Alan Renecki. I'm sure they're disappointed in the way that this thing finished. I know that they not, I mean, it's not going to feel good. But I got to say, we've talked about it over and over and over again. The talent, the way this series is, how competitive it is. To be in the Final Four is a huge accomplishment. So, want to shout them out. Definitely had a fantastic season. I think any of those four win the championship. I don't think that anybody would bat an eye at it. I think they would be deserving. So, congratulations again to all those drivers, all the playoff drivers, everybody that was involved this season and showed up and put on a good show. But let's go through the results, and we'll see where everybody finished, and then we'll call it a night. Andy Kurtz, Jason Moore, Daniel Pope, Mickey Isaac with a fantastic race in 4th place, Jonathan Cofield in 5th, Michael Nash in 6th, Alan Renecki 7th, Matt Clement 8th, Brandon Wallace 9th, 10th, Josh Oswald, saw him up front, racing really, really hard early on. Finishes in 10th. Michael Morrison in 11th. Tyler Rice 12th. Dave Jones 13th. Steve McDonald 14th. Charles Stevens Jr. 15th. 16th. Brandon Pollock. 17th. Isaac Wilson. 18th. Chuck Phelps. 19th. Mike Kostick. And 20th. Kyle Martinson. Well, that does it for us here tonight. We're going to get out of here. And we're going to be on a break for a while. And we'll see what this ARCA series does next season when we get this thing back rolling. I want to thank everybody, all the sponsors. I want to thank Warren School of Racing Etiquette. I want to thank Chuck Pegleg for the Pole Award, as always, Kinder Farm and Ranch for the Wreckage Rewinds, and the Cofield Hard Luck Award. I hate to give him his own award, but definitely hard luck there with that caution. Just didn't need it. And it was able to recover to a 5th place, but just didn't have the tire to get up there and do it. But definitely appreciate his support, and definitely appreciate him being a part of this series. But outside of that, I want to thank all the Rebels admins for all the work they do. And thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all enjoy it. And we will see y'all next season.